Hello everyone, I'm branching out into the music industry. I know, about time, right? Listen to my latest album. Wario. Game & Wario is weird. Like, it's a WarioWare game, but it's not. It's like they took the characters and story of WarioWare and made something completely different. Similarly to how if you take me and put me in Alaska. Why am I here? The gameplay of Game & Wario is like if you take a Mario Party minigame, or WarioWare Inc. microgame, and stretched it out into something replayable with a bunch of stages, or something that takes like 3 minutes to complete. It released on the Wii U. Wait, why is that a bad thing? I'm still in shock that this is one of the rarest and most expensive games on the Wii U. Well, but on the back of the box, it says that this is the best game ever. Well, unfortunately, Wario, the masses do not agree. Like, Jesus, IGN, what did Wario do to you? Now, if you want to buy the game for yourself, you can't. That's... money. What? Oh my god. Thank God I bought the game before the eShop closed down. And yes, I'm bragging about owning Game & Wario digitally. Deal with it. So you would assume that the game is Game & Watch themed, considering the title is literally called Game & Wario, directly stylized after those classic LCD Game & Watch games. Who knows, maybe it'll have WarioWare Inc. micro games in the style of old Game & Watch games too. So why when I boot up the game does it hit me with, Jesus, Wario, stop killing my ears! Alright, so first, we need to make you a profile. So here's mine. Here's my profile.
I don't like that. I'm trying not to laugh, but...
This is unironically the best part of this game. Any game that uses the Wii U camera is automatically a classic. Take a photo of yourself and then customize it with unique filters, so you can make yourself look like this.
So look at That's beautiful. You look like Al Pacino.
So, the story of the game goes like this. A new game console that definitely isn't the Wii U releases, and it's a smash hit. So now, everyone in the WarioWare crew wants to make a game for this unique device. Alright, first game, Arrow. This is made by Wario after he sneezes on a mouse and it hits his computer. And that doesn't happen to you? So you aim the arrows by moving the gamepad, and you pull back the arrows by using the gamepad. If I had to compare this to anything, it would be Nintendo Land. The Takamaru's Ninja Castle mode has you fling the ninja stars at the screen using the gamepad, but here, it requires a lot more precision. There's also a lot of events that can happen, like these guys going onto the gamepad screen when they get too close and you need to crush them, or this cannon guy shooting a cannonball at you and you have to hold the gamepad up just because I said so. You can use Pepper to shoot a sneeze shot, which is just a more powerful arrow, hit bombs on the ground to blow up the mechanic idiots, and at the end, you have a boss fight where you have to kill the Mecha Wario. After you finish, you earn tokens by doing well in games and by playing the game. But for some reason, you don't get tokens for multiplayer, only single player. Like, come on, that's modest. You redeem these tokens at the Cluck a Pop machine where you crank the lever. Oh, hey, it's me, George. I just finished gouging my eyes out. Look, I know Wario games can be weird, but this just makes me uncomfortable. Why is the butt of the chicken so defined? Anyways, by redeeming the tokens, you earn something, like extra mini cutscenes or hints and minigames or whatnot. I don't really care. Eraser dust. God, this game is so good. It has eraser dust in it. Yeah, I don't really care about any of that. What I do care about is shutter. This mode is awesome. You take photos with the gamepad. The TV is really zoomed out while the gamepad is really zoomed in. So you have to find your 5 culprits while meeting any clear conditions, such as taking a photo of someone smiling. Showing you footage of the TV doesn't do this much justice, as it is way more fun to get photos and find where the heck they are on the gamepad. My only real issue is the unnecessary motion controls. You have to turn in a photo by tilting the gamepad downwards, meaning you'll lose your place on where you were taking a photo before because you have to turn it down. And if the photo wasn't perfect, well, you gotta go find the same person again. Plus, the game can get pretty picky on what photos get a perfect score.
Alright, this photo looks pretty... Oh my god! Part of his head isn't in frame! How do we know it's him if 2 strands of hair are missing? 0 points!
Ski! This game is the embodiment of the word what? The best thing I can compare this to is Nintendo Land. Again, with Captain Falcon's Twister Race. Look, there's not a lot of games that use the Wii U gamepad as a motion controller. Maybe the developers were scared. Anyways, Jimmy T is on the gamepad, you tilt the controller, he moves with it. The TV has zoomed in, dynamic, cinematic footage that won't really help with playing the game. You try and go as fast as possible down the hill to earn a gold medal and dance with the ladies at the end. And if you do really well, Jimmy removes his shirt.
Did I not tell you the game was weird?
These stages are short and meant to be replayed to earn a gold medal, but doing so is tedious and wastes your time. Oh no, I messed up. Let me redo my last attempt. Well, now I have to select if I want to play the stage, recalibrate my controller vertically, and count down to 3. Like, just make me start back at the countdown. I want to replay the stage quickly, okay? I like the alternate mode better because it's endless and you collect the women while you're skiing. Sounds strange out of context, but that's just how Wario works. Okay, who let the children make a video game? Yeah, they really tried, didn't they? This is a baby video game. It can be challenging once in a blue moon, but for the most part, literal infants created this. You match the patches up with lines, except some of the lines intersect with each other, making it slightly more difficult. Oh no! So it's like Picross Toddler Edition, or as I call it, why wouldn't I just play Picross?
I mean, I don't know. What's the better deal?
Now this game is cool. It sounds strange at first. Tilt the gamepad left, right, and forward to move while collecting dumplings to add to your time, and finding the 3 hidden scrolls in each level while facing downwards and jumping constantly. And okay, this sounds very confusing, but it's good, I promise. If you want to go faster, you can press both triggers to go down real fast, but it's pretty difficult to move like this. Oh, and be careful not to... Ooh, back-to-back bangers! The iconic Super Smash Bros. Stage known for the Mom 5-volt killing everyone with her death stare of death. In the actual game, though, you try and beat 10 WarioWare microgames on the gamepad while constantly being aware of the TV, as the mom might try to swoop in and kill you! Nah, just kidding. You also have an energy meter, as hiding takes up major sleeping time, and just playing the game takes up energy as well. Once you beat the boss stage at the end, you win! And if you only want to play the minigames, you can play as 18-volt, who has no mother. He tries to get a high score in the WarioWare microgames, which, I guess this is the closest we got to a WarioWare game on the Wii U. But the main attraction was always the 9-volt stages. This is what the Wii U was meant for. Actual, innovative, and fun games like this. And then it's followed up by one of the worst and most boring and most generic games in the collection. What happened here? You draw shapes. You also draw lines. I don't like this game. How am I supposed to know that this line isn't exactly 14 inches long? And no, I am not breaking out the ruler to cheat in Game & Wario.
But why?
Because it's bad.
Oh, true.
This is one of the minigames that I will never play again. Because that's all it is. A minigame. An overly long, boring minigame that you play once and immediately dispose of. Ashley! What is this? I vaguely remember this, and I mean really vaguely. I probably watched it in some YouTube compilation like Top 10 Wario Characters. Number 9. Frank. I thought this was a real game, and by that, I mean I thought this was the whole game, which thank God it isn't. But actually playing it, I'm not really confused, I just don't know. So Ashley learns how to go inside a book, but she accidentally teleports into the wrong book. See? Cause she's brooding and emo. She won't stand this lollipop Candyland anymore, so she makes no attempt to cast a spell to leave, and instead flies away on her magic broom. That's like saying that all my copies of Bakugan Battle Brawlers were taken away, but instead of pressing the Get All Copies of Bakugan Back button, I travel the world to track down who stole my copies. The game is an auto-scroller where you only press the ZR button. Oh, and you tilt the gamepad.
Oh, I was waiting to do that again.
Can we just take a moment to talk about the fictional game console? The games are on floppy disks. You also need a specific television too? Like, imagine in the future, you not only had to buy a game console, but a new TV that can only run that console. Stupid. Complaint number 1. This makes no sense. Complaint number 2. This takes way too dang long. Say I want to pop in a game of Game & Wario during my free time. I want a new high score in Arrow. Well, I have to wait for the gamepad to show what game I'm playing. It has to slowly transfer to the TV. Haha, cool gimmick. I get it, but it takes time away from playing the actual games, okay? Then the TV has to stutter or glitch out and load the game, and the icons are... What is this? Complaint number 3. I'm returning the game. Why is the art so highly detailed? It looks uncanny. They don't even represent the game half the time. It's just for an overly long joke. Okay, back to Ashley. You also press ZL. Alright, the end. Goodbye, I'm done. Fine, I have at least 2 more things. Ashley does everything automatically. You may be controlling her, but she auto-moves, auto-shoots, auto-breathes, everything. You'll want to collect as many purple orbs as you can, because purple is not green, and if you maintain them for long enough without losing any, you can build up a streak and get a 2-for-1 deal from McDonald's. And then if you get 1,000 or whatever high number, then you're so cool and handsome and epic, and everyone loves you. Except for Joel, because he is depressed. Oh, and there's a boss at the end. Woo! Thank God I came up with 2 things. I was struggling for a second there. Taxi. Guns.
I'm interested.
While driving around in a taxi, use the Wii U gamepad as a camera to shoot down the UFOs. Drive the customers back to the middle of the stage to earn points, find hidden treasure chests in the background, and fight the giant UFO at the end. It's really similar to Ashley, where you want to get as many points as possible with a boss fight at the end, and if you do really well, you get an extra cookie crumb. However, unlike Ashley, this one has my uncle. I mean, it's strange, but this is a Wario game. It's supposed to do that. And then there's pirates. Where do I begin? So this is the second game made by Wario, and it is perhaps the game I understand the least. First of all, you have a text-to-speech pirate talking to you with the same low-sounding voice from Tomodachi Life. I don't know, I thought that was interesting. You have 4 pirate ships on screen. 1 in the center, 2 on the sides, and 1 floating in the sky. So much for realism. I didn't like this mode. It all comes down to the gameplay and, dear God, the controls. Jeez, Nintendo, stop using the Wii U motion controls. They aren't fun. And in this case, they don't work either. No matter what you do, you cannot recalibrate the controller. There is no option to recalibrate. If you get off center, screw you. It's your fault for playing the game in the first place. Now, you move the controller around to catch plungers on your pirate shield and then chuck them off to the beat of the music. Fine enough in concept. However, one small detail. What do I do? When I first played this, I had no clue what I was doing wrong. I followed all the instructions correctly, so when I played the game, I didn't understand why it only showed me Wario's movements for like half a millisecond. He's supposed to point towards the direction the cannons will fire at, but I literally can't see when the screen pulls so far back. I guess I just have to memorize the audio cues and squint at my TV screen to get any resemblance of where he's pointing, because the gamepad doesn't display anything different. But then, things get interesting, as I look back at my gameplay, trying to figure out any reason why this wasn't working. Then I look at gameplay online and wonder, how did they get Wario's directions displayed in 4K when I get them in -2p? And then I realize. Take a wild guess on what I have to do. You got one? Alright, so I have to hold the gamepad downwards to listen to his directions. Why? The only mention of this mechanic was when the pirate said, "Hold your shield down and listen to Captain Wario." The problem is, when I kept my shield up, I was able to see which direction he was pointing at during the tutorial. But when the actual game started, I couldn't. Maybe next time they should say, "Hey, idiot, if you don't keep the gamepad facing down, then you won't be able to see anything." Not, "Hey, Wario's talking, put your shield down." The thing is, when I understood the mechanic, I had more fun with the game. But I am just so frustrated with how long it took me to get to that point.
Man, he is really passionate about Game and Wario.
And then, the credits rolled. That's it? It's not even a real staff roll, since it only shows the characters that were in the game, not the people who worked on it. Plus, the TV only displays the characters' names, while the gamepad has the name and the character. This game has weird gamepad to TV integration. I'm just saying, when the credits rolled, I laughed my butt off when it said "Special thanks, George." Now on paper, that's really sweet. The game directly thanks the player for playing the game using their in-game name. But they also used my photo.
I mean, I liked it. It was...
What? No way! Oh my god. They did not just do that. Yes, they did. We then unlocked the epilogue, which is 2 more games. Why did the credits roll if there were 2 more games? All the characters get together to go bowling, except they aren't the ones bowling. You're the one bowling them.
Hey man, I was thinking, why don't we go bowling?
Oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Oh god, no, that's not what I meant. Quinn, that's not what I meant. Don't do this to me. Quinn! Quinn!
Bowling! It's bowling. What did you expect, lacrosse? This is exactly how I thought the game would control. You roll the ball on the gamepad to knock down the pins, which is exactly how bowling worked in Clubhouse games. See? Roll the bowling ball on the touchscreen. So yes, Game & Wario on the Wii U inspired the controls for bowling in Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics. I'm adding that to my resume. Wait, don't add it just yet, because you can tilt the bowling ball.
Let me guess. You tilt the bowling ball by tilting the gamepad.
This makes the game way too easy. I mean, I assume they added this feature because rolling the ball by itself is way too inaccurate, so correcting the position it goes in helps out a little. Plus, when you roll the ball past this line, it cuts to the TV screen to show what pins you hit, so you can't turn the ball anymore. After you pass this line, you're locked into that angle no matter what. It's still way too easy. I like it though. Oh, and for some reason, this single player game has a multiplayer mode. Design does this too. It has a literal 2-player mode, but it's not with the multiplayer games, it's with the single-player games. But unlike Design, I'd actually play this with friends. If I played Design with friends, I wouldn't have them anymore. And lastly, Pyoro, or as its maiden name,
Bird.
a classic WarioWare high-score minigame where you grab the fruit from the sky with your elongated tongue. I don't like this game. Pyoro is normally fun, but this version is just way too slow. My man does not turn around fast enough, so I end up being stuck on like 4 platforms trying to grab the fruit that definitely should have counted, but I grabbed the stem or something barely above or below, so it doesn't count. So I have to move over 1 step, and it still doesn't grab the goddamn fruit. I like the visuals at least. The claymation on the TV reminds me of Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, but there's also a Game & Watch visual style on the gamepad. This is the only Game & Watch related thing in this game besides the title screen and the credits theme, which is literally just the title theme but longer. The game is called Game & Wario!
Why am I getting so emotional over Wario?
Oh, I'm not done!
What, bro, come on!
Here is a problem with the entire game. How it presents itself. No, I don't mean the presentation as in the visuals, that's all good. Well, mostly. I mean, the game lets you unlock every game one by one. By doing so, they need a tutorial to explain to you what the game is. Once you beat the game, it boots you back to the menu to tell you, hey, you unlocked a new game. Go and play that one now. However, most of these games are meant to be replayed. not just for a high score, but because they literally have more content. There are more stages that you can complete, but the game doesn't tell you any of this. When you complete Shutter, you think, oh, well, that's all the game has to offer. I guess I never have to play that again, when there are 4 more stages to complete and perfect. The game presents itself by making it seem like there is less content than there actually is.
Are you done yet?
Oh, give me 1 second. When playing these games for the first time, I legitimately thought that this was the whole game. When I got to the credits, I felt ripped off. I believed there wasn't enough content in the game, until I went back to the games I liked and found out there were multiple modes and stages, adding more replayability, which the game didn't tell me. Okay, I'm done.
Alright, now let's talk about the multiplayer.
Oh, actually, there is one more thing. There's also the Miiverse. I would say more about it, but it's Miiverse. Here comes the fun part. Quinn and I played all of the multiplayer modes. Now, there's only 4 of them, which is a shame because some of them are very good. Yes, some of the 4 modes are good. I wonder what they are. Since there's so few of them, we'll be ranking them from worst to best. In last place, Disco. Oh my god, it's so bad. You're supposed to tap the gamepad screen to the beat of the music, specifically these 3 circles, then they'll be sent over to the other player as they have to play the same beats that you did. This heavily reminded me of Move to the Music from Mario Party 2, where one player comes up with a dance and then the other 3 follow along. So it's a competitive rhythm game. Cool. One problem, it's bad.
Wait, you already said that.
The game actively encourages cheating. The whole point is to hit notes to the beat, since if you get all of them in time with the rhythm, you earn double points if they miss. However, it's actually easier to win if you don't follow the beat. A few of the notes might not count, but it will be harder for your opponent to play whatever the heck this is. And it doesn't help that the gamepad hates this game. There have been many times where it did not respond to half of our inputs.
What is that?
No.
White?
Is that Mr. White?
No, you can't tap the screen at my turn.
Wait, what?
No, that's not how the... Now you tap the screen.
Wait, what? But like,
You can't do
You
it
were
when it's
tapping
my
when I was
turn.
doing it.
No,
I don't get this at all.
I don't either.
how is that close? I hit that perfectly.
Shall we play something else?
Yes,
Yes.
that was horrible. Plus, if you want, you can repeatedly tap the touchscreen on your opponent's turn to cheat some more. The only way this game works is if you have a perfect Wii U and angels of friends that would never do anything nefarious. Even then, it's still bad. It's like if you tried to play a used Atari Game Gear game from Best Buy. Fruit! You steal the fruit.
No, my fruit.
I don't really know how this one works. Well, I know how to play the game, I just don't know how to win. You're disguised as an NPC, and you have to walk around collecting 4 pieces of fruit. Cool. One problem. You can't win. You don't just take fruit. No. This is a competitive game. The other players without the gamepad try to look at the TV screen spotting who takes the fruit. The major problem with this is that it is extremely easy to be caught. And at least when we played it, the Seeker won every time.
What do you think these minigames are based on just the names? Like, what is islands?
Islands?
What is fruit?
You're the guy in the pink shirt. The bowl cut, go moving left, going in the manhole. How do I stop? I know who you are, though. Oh, you're still behind the building? He just doesn't move. Ball cut, I see you. I see you. I know who you are.
No, you don't.
Yes.
No, you don't.
Let's go.
Dang it.
That's crazy.
My plan was foolproof. Because you're behind the building now.
Am I behind the building, though?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so I know who it is.
This seems very hard to win.
The other stages were cool, but I never got around to playing them as I was too busy figuring out who took my real-life fruit.
Where did they put them?
These next 2 are worth the whole package to me. Islands has you fling the Francs onto islands. Wow, who could have expected that? But trust me, it's much more complicated than that. You may think this is a simple skill-based physics game where you want to land on the spaces to get the most points and knock off the opponent's Francs, but this is secretly entirely luck-based. Okay, well if you suck at getting the Francs on the board, then maybe it's not that luck-based, but there's like 20 luck elements in place. After each turn, a seagull will take a random opponent's piece and throw it out to sea. I'm pretty sure it alternates which player it targets, but it also feels like it's targeting me.
Another seagull. Cool.
What?
Why?
What?
You just picked up one of your Francs, dude.
What was that? That's rigged.
The seagull's rigged. No.
That only affected me. All of yours are still on.
Oh, now it's my turn, I guess. Cool.
It moved one on the 30, and it moved mine that was on the 100. Okay.
No, it's your turn.
Why me? I'm losing.
Oh, but it might times 2 yours.
Oh,
No.
What?
I'm so sorry. And it pooped me
What?
back on.
Wait, it hit the thing
No.
again. No way. Oh, okay, so it's
Oh
just...
my
No,
God.
no,
No.
no. What did I do?
I did not mean to do that. I did
No,
not mean to do
no.
that. I did not mean to do that. How tipsy is this? My God. Don't you dare. Don't you. Oh, it just pooped on mine. Bro!
Oh!
I got
What?
500.
No.
In my first throw. Stop. Stop.
Oh.
Stop.
Oh.
Stop. No.
Oh! Why me? That was the one guy I had.
No. I'm down to like nothing. This is the worst level. Alright, that you got like all of them. What?
What was that?
The game screwed you. Oh! What?
Wait, I win!
So there's seagulls that actively screw you over, buttons that spin around and knock you off, platforms that move in the sea and change the multiplier of how many points you earn. This entire stage? No, seriously, this stage is horrible. You are encouraged to go to the top, but literally nowhere is safe. And these cages sometimes have 100 points and then switch randomly to, once again, screw you over. Plus, the whole stage can just fall over. Okay, besides this stage, this is a very solid mode. Honestly, a great party game. But there's one that's just a little better. And it's literally just Pictionary. So, why buy a $100 game if the best multiplayer mode is something I can do for free? Well, to be fair, it's $200. This is worth the $300. You take a profile photo only for this game. It's magnificent. You have the same customization tools as the single player profile creator, and it's just, I love it.
What is this? This is
Caterpillar?
Okay. I think anytime the warp filter is on it, it's so funny. Alright, here we go. That's me. No, I hate that.
What? Censored?
I love mine. It's so dumb. Have you seen this, man?
Okay, so besides everyone making their own profile, the actual game is just Pictionary, but with a twist. You draw a prompt given to you on the gamepad, and then the other player looks at the TV and guesses what you're drawing. The only real problem is you, not the game. You get to decide if the player guessed the word. Now, you are trying to work together to solve as many drawings as possible, but you might get someone who's really stingy about getting the exact word exactly, or you get someone who just spams the win button and ruins it for everyone.
Surfing. Surfboard. Skateboard. Human. Snowboard. Okay.
What?
Oh, honey bow. Alright.
How do I... Okay.
Oh, fat. Hungry.
The...
Huge. Baymax.
This
Clown.
Okay, I'm passing.
Clown. Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah.
How do you draw that?
That's what I was saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Circle, porta potty, astronaut, gun, instrument, cello, violin.
Yes. It's such a bad violin. That's all I can draw.
Like a finger.
What? Oh my god.
Teeth. Teeth.
Like old people.
Dentures.
Yes.
Old people.
The big top hat.
Oh, magic hat. It's like a magic. It's a wizard.
Yeah,
It's a
wizard.
Magic wizard.
Oh.
Corn on the cob.
Iowa.
Iowa.
Like the part of your body.
Oh, elbow, shoulder, elbow. Sandals, slippers.
Sandals. I'm so bad. What the frick? No. I'm not drawing a vulture.
Dog.
So hard
food. The dog looks so upset. What? Quit.
No, skip that. That's BS.
No.
That's BS. What? No, you're not getting that. I know what that is, but you're not getting that.
So, dang, that's every single thing ever in Game and Wario. But that leads into the problems with Game and Wario. Because the best game is Pictionary.
The critics don't understand, okay?
Now, I've played this game quite a bit in the past month, and I can say without a doubt that I don't know what to say. There's more to the game than I initially thought, but like, New Super Luigi U released 3 days earlier and sold 12 times more. This is the worst-selling Wario game ever. The only game that rivals its poor performance was Virtual Boy Wario Land on the freaking Virtual Boy. But sales for that are straight up unknown. And of course, everything ties back to the title, Game and Wario. As I said earlier, this is a clear nod to the Game & Watch games. But to the uninformed man, what does this title mean?
Yo, this is a game? And it has Wario? Alright, time for the conclusion. This is easily the most conflicted I've ever been. Look, it's easy to figure out if a game is bad. It's also easy to figure out if a game is good. It's really difficult to figure out if a game is just kind of a game. Like, it exists, it's average. But is it more good or more bad? Yes, there are some worthless game modes. Yes, the presentation is phenomenal. Animations, even the music is great. But also, sometimes the visuals scare me or make me vomit. Yes, half of the multiplayer modes aren't great. Yes, I like some single-player modes, but when I'm done with them, I'm not coming back. Well, what do you want me to say? 'Cause I don't know what to think! Ah! Well, that was quick.
My son, dearest disciple of old, may I ask, what troubles you?
Jesus, I don't know what to do. Deep down, I believe that Game & Wario is a mediocre game. Sure, the highs are very high, but the multiplayer only has 2 good modes, and the single player isn't something I would come back to often at all. So, in the end, am I wrong for hiding the truth?
I mean, it is called Game and Wario.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
I'm just
come on,
saying,
Game
they
and
were
Wario.
kind of asking
It's-
for it.
Yeah, I
It
never
is
really got the
pretty-
meaning behind the
it's
title
pretty-
either. It's
I
like,
mean, it
Game and
is
Wario.
on the
Game
Wii U.
and Now wait,
The Wii
hold
U
on.
is
That's not
the Wii.
necessarily a bad
Plus,
thing.
it is the
like,
Wii U.
I
It
love
kinda
my-
is.
It plays
And
all
I
my
know
games. Like,
you
how
didn't
can
like
I
the
not
motion
love
controls.
But still,
Those
if you
games
think
were
about it,
objectively bad.
time is relative, you know?